Thank you, Dr. Kohler, for introducing me. Okay, so very good morning to all of you. Okay, I'm very happy to be here in Japan, and I would like to thank ISPO and IC2A for inviting me. My name is Desmond Tong, and I come from Singapore, a warm and beautiful country in Southeast Asia. Okay, exactly 20 years ago, I was involved in a road traffic accident on my motorcycle. I was diagnosed with depression, and I even tried to end my life. Doctors tried their best to save my leg, but after several surgeries, it didn't really work. So 7 surgeries later, I was faced with one of the most difficult decisions of my life, to choose whether or not to amputate my leg. I had absolutely no idea if it will work after amputation. And with a leap of faith, I became Spider-Man, the one who had 8 legs. So I did the amputation, and I would say it really worked. You know, with the help of prosthetics, I was finally able to walk again after my accident. Well, you will never imagine how it feels to be able to run again after an amputation. And those were the very words spoken by many participants in tears during a running clinic organized by Orthotist in Hong Kong, which I had the privilege to attend about 2 years ago. Prosthetics and its continual advancement in technology and innovations had enabled and empowered me with the ability to run and engage in sports once again, and I am very grateful for that. So after getting out of depression, and with the help of family and friends, I was inspired by my own prosthetist to become a prosthetist myself. And what would be better than to be in the field that I am passionate about, finding great meaning in helping others to get through what I have experienced, and still getting paid for it. So I was very blessed to be awarded a scholarship from Singapore, and off I went to the United Kingdom in the University of Salford in Manchester, and I became a certified prosthetist. Sports also became a very important aspect of my life. I was in the Singapore national team for track and field as a sprinter, and later in archery. I became very active in sports and started to encourage others with disabilities to take up sports. I believe there are many benefits for people with disabilities to engage in sports, and that includes physical well-being, social well-being, empowerment, independence, and inclusion. So next, I'd like to share a video with all of you. My name is Desmond. I'm an amputee, a prosthetist, and a para-athlete. And this is my story. Working as a prosthetist in Tan Tock Seng Hospital, the Foot Care and Limb Design Center. I design prosthetic legs for a living, and sometimes I design for myself as well. year 1999, July 16, I was on my motorcycle and I was met with an accident. So I tried to get up, but my leg was still on the ground. So I thought I just sat down, and I saw the blood was gushing out, from my leg. When I was admitted to Tan Tock Seng Hospital, the ICU department actually called my mother, and I think she fainted when she heard that your son may not pass through tonight. I was so angry, with everyone, with God. I asked God, why did this happen to me? What did I do to deserve this? Why me? And eventually, I even developed, suicide thoughts, and I actually nearly did kill myself. Had it not been the strong support from my mother, she actually did tell me this. She said, if you jump, I'll jump. And I'm pretty sure she didn't watch the movie Titanic. I also recall back then when I was in hospital, my mom actually came to visit me and I pretended to be asleep. So she actually spoke to the doctor next to me and she asked the doctor this. She asked the doctor if he could cut off her leg to give it to me. I didn't know what to say. I was so touched. Well, even after all my operations that I went through in an attempt to save my leg, it was still not functioning very well. I was still in a lot of pain, and eventually I come to accept that I have to make a decision, to cut off my leg so that I can function better. But there was this factor of uncertainty. Like, I'm unsure that what that might bring me tomorrow. And at the same time, I feel that there's an element of hope that things will actually be better. The loss of my leg also motivated me to join the profession that I'm in, so that I can help others who have same or similar conditions like me. My goals are actually pretty simple. It's actually to just get the patients back to their normal lives. Okay, something that many of us may take for granted. Simple things like walking, getting up, getting out of bed to get a glass of water is something we take for granted. So for people with disabilities, it may not be such an easy task, and I think I'm here to help them achieve that. Basketball is one of my favorite sports. I did not only play the regular basketball, but also the wheelchair basketball. I tried wheelchair basketball after my amputation. Though the rules generally stays the same, it is actually quite different. You need to be able to control the wheelchair and to yet perform the same basketball techniques, which is very hard. So how did I get into archery? I remember taking part in an archery competition organized by the Singapore Disability Sports Council. So that gave me an opportunity to be exposed to archery for the first time. And during the competition, I won 2 gold medals for individual and 1 silver medal for team event. So that got me interested in archery. To me, family support is very important. My wife has been giving me a lot of support. The reason why I decided to share my story was because of her. She encouraged me to inspire others who may be depressed and facing a difficult time like I did before, so that my story can help them be more positive and to move on with their lives. That was my story, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I have since moved on to a new chapter in my life as a husband and the father of 3 wonderful children. I had a career change from a prosthetist orthotist in a local hospital to a business development manager in Orthotist. I'm also no longer doing competitive sports on a national level, but I'm still an amputee with new challenges ahead of me. But I must say one of the greatest challenges I have is being a dad. It is easy being a dad, but being a father, but being a dad requires a lot more, such as goofing around, being silly, engagement in lots of physical activities, spending quality time with the children, and teaching them that it is okay to be different. I also switched to casual sports like badminton, basketball, cycling, dirt biking, swimming, and much more. Well, speaking of dirt biking, I remember an incident whereby I brought an amputee friend to this dirt biking rental center. So we did rent 2 bikes, and we went with a group of people, and we went to the off-road, which is like jungle area, such as that. And what happened was my friend fell down, and his leg came off. So the others were so frightened, and they were like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Shall we call the ambulance?" Then actually they realized that it's a prosthetic leg. So that was pretty funny. I thought I should share with you guys. Yeah. And okay, so this is a video of me trying out rollerblading for the first time after 20 years. Well, it was harder to balance than I thought, and I have to be honest, I had a couple of falls before I could do this. but I did it, Yeah. Okay, so I'm also a member of and volunteer for the Amputee Support Group Singapore since 2009, helping out with fundraising, creating awareness, peer support, knowledge sharing, and lots of activities like rock climbing, archery, even dining in the dark, to better understand the challenges of the visually impaired. So it's a group of amputees which we get together to help and support each other. So we also reach out to new amputees who have been recently amputated, have their limbs recently amputated, and who have trouble coping with their new situation. So meet my friend Desmond, a young man who had lost his leg during a road traffic accident like myself. So I remember very clearly the first time I met Desmond. He was lying on the hospital bed after amputation. I had a chat with him, and I told him that things are going to get better. I showed him my prosthetic leg, and I demonstrated how I could still walk, run, and jump around. So Desmond shared with me that he couldn't believe his eyes. and he will never forget the day I brought him hope and motivation. I told him that a long time ago, when I was lying on the hospital bed, no one came to me. And I hope that he can pass this on someday to someone else, to others, to inspire them, to others who are going through a difficult time like he did. And the result? He is transformed from a shy boy to a very determined young man who trains very hard despite all adversities to achieve his goals and to bring inspiration to others. And I am very proud of him. So what does it mean to be stronger? Well, I believe this. When we were young and learning how to walk, we got back up no matter how many times we fell. We kept on trying until we succeed. However, when we get older, we tend to take life for granted. We tend to give up so easily when we encounter obstacles. We tend to forget what it means to be stronger. Well, I think that stronger means that we keep on going forward, no matter how tough it gets. Stronger means that we don't stop, nor give up. Stronger means that even when our bodies are broken, our will remains unbroken. Life has no reset, rewind, or power off button. Life is precious because we only live once. Thank you.
I want to thank Desmond for sharing his story on behalf of ISPO and of IC2A, for sharing his life story and his transformation into an active life, and showing the value of the investment into assistive technology or prosthesis. So thank you and wish you all the best for the future. And we particularly wish you all the best with your 3 children. It's a wonderful experience. All the best.
Thank you, Friedbert, and thank you, Desmond, for a wonderful and inspirational talk. It is now my pleasure and privilege to give you, as a token of appreciation, the IC2A Inspirational Medal. You have proven that it's all about sharing knowledge and experiences, which is why we are all here. Thank you to you, and thank you to ISPO, and thank you to Desmond.
The last component of the opening ceremony has become traditional, a flag-bearing ceremony. But you